Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. We've got Ben Folds. Now, of course, now we know we're talking about the Ben Folds 5, lead vocals and piano, Robert Sledge bass guitar, Darren Jesse on drums. And although there are only 3 of them, they call themselves the Ben Folds 5, just a bit of a play on words there. Very much alternate indie and pop genres. In 1995, they released a self-titled album. We've got the official clip of Underground below. You can already see the playfulness of the production, of the songwriting, of the play on words, and all the sort of stuff that Ben Folds is known for. He has been a bit of a disruptor in the music industry in many, many ways. He just has a way about it that is just so different and unique, catchy, ravenous, romp-laced music is one of the things that particular song was the critics talked about. But the world would change in 1997 with Whatever and Ever Amen was released. This actually sold about 1 million copies worldwide, this particular album, because of the song Brick. Now, below we got the official version, and we've got a live version with an orchestra. It's pretty amazing. This song is quite interesting in many, many ways. The story goes that when Ben Folds was around 16, he and his girlfriend decided to have an abortion. Now, he talks about drowning here. He talks about life being a bit dark and a bit grey. He talks about life being a bit confusing. He talks about a life which hasn't gone the way that he expected it to go. About a relationship too that's gone into places it shouldn't have gone. There's a similar theme going on here to the last video, and that is this is the complexity, the nuances of human existence. Often life does not go expected. And we find ourselves a bit overwhelmed and but we don't want to talk to anybody about it because this is a bit out there and a bit different. Imagine as a 16-year-old being involved in decisions like abortions. Who do you talk to about that? How do you try to make sense and try to process that? Well, you've got each other, right? But what do you know at the age of 16, making such serious decisions as this one? And given on top of that, the very strong views on either side of the fence about abortion as well. You know, the pro-life movement and it's a life movement. There are equal stronger voices. So in the midst of all of that, you've got this little story which is involving 2 peoples and every single part of them. So much grace is needed in this world, isn't it? Because their life is not easy. Life is complex. And the opportunity to sometimes to actually realise that we haven't got it all together. The face that we show to the world that say, hey, you know what, I have got it all together. But deep down in the deep inside of me, I haven't. Where do we go with conversations like this? Is anybody out there capable of listening to the extent that this story requires? You know, there are, obviously we have psychologists and psychiatrists and all that sort of thing. We have all of that, but you know, they are appointments. When it comes to the nuts and bolts of life, the nuts and bolts of trying to work things out, the work that's required internally to work out the stuff that we're doing, that happens in the everyday of life. That's where normal human beings need to come in and enable conversation and listening to happen. So Brick is not only dealing with the drama of abortion. It's dealing with the complexity of how you're interacting yourself personally with that story, and how you're dealing with the stuff that you need to deal with outside of the relationship. Who do you talk to about that stuff? Well, sometimes a good thing to do is write a song about it. Brick, they're a kind of immovable objects, aren't they? They're things that when you put them up, they kind of don't tend to go anywhere. They're also quite heavy, and they weigh us down. You pick up a brick and see how heavy it is. That's what this song's all about, is that the heaviness of life all of a sudden. So if you're dealing with a heavy situation right now, you would understand more than anybody at that all the internal work that you are having to do right now to try and get over it. And I hope there will be someone in your life that will listen to you, you're part of your story as well. So we've got official and a live version of this one below. 1999, the album The Unauthorized Biography of Reinhold Messner was released, and we've got the official clip of Army below. This is all about the amount of life choices that confront young people these days. I'm going to go in the army, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do that. What am I going to do? What are my dreams? What are my visions? What are my hopes? All of that sort of stuff. And in typical Ben Folds style, he's having a bit of a dig at all of that, and a bit of a dig at himself as well. And so I've got an official clip of Army below. Well, I did think that Ben Folds was attached to Adelaide. When I realised that this band started in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, I thought, but sure enough, and between 2001 and 2011, when Ben Folds 5 had a bit of a break, and Ben Folds embarked on a pretty incredible, successful solo career, Rocking the Suburbs was actually recorded in Adelaide. How cool is that? Official clip of this one below. This was actually directed by mate Weird Al Yankovic, so it's got his take well and truly on this story. Rocking the Suburbs, I'm a white male in the suburbs, and I'm doing the stuff that I need to do. I'm rocking it, having a really, really good time, making the most of what is not a mundane experience. It's actually because you never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. So we've got the official clip of Rocking the Suburbs. 2005, the album Songs for the Silverman came out, and 2008, Way to Normal. The band did have a bit of a reunion in 2008, and in 2012, they released The Sound of Life and Mind. We got a live version of Do It Anyway. Just look at the piano playing here. This is absolutely frantically paced. This song, it catches you right from the start. Ben Folds is an absolutely amazing piano player, as well as a really amazing songwriter, and has just got the voice to bring his songs to life. And so we've got a live version of Do It Anyway. Between 1995 and 2012, there were 4 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 compilation albums, and 13 singles. Estimated to have sold 1.5 million albums, most of that being Whatever and Ever back in 1997 because of that song Brick, which well and truly, given its, I suppose, what it's about, really has just resonated with the world. It just tells you about something about where the world is sitting sometimes. We need songs like this to get us through. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video on Kate Miller-Heidke. If you want to recap on her, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflection Stream Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, next time we're going to get onto the band Korn. Now, I absolutely know nothing about these guys, so I'm well and truly looking forward to picking up on their story next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.